Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkan calling for government unity even as thousands are pushing for her resignation. Seattle radio show host Jason Rantz joins me now live to react. Jason, thanks for being here. Can the Seattle mayor dig herself out of this hole?
I mean, it's going to be tough. She's put herself in kind of a tricky political situation. This whole time, the reason why CHOP, used to be known as Chaz, has existed the way that it's existed is simply because she didn't want to upset the voting base, the activist base of Seattle, which tend to lean very, very far to the left. Mayor Jenny Durkan is up for re-election, so what she wanted to do was make sure that this base wouldn't feel empowered to back someone who's further to the left of her. But now she's pretty much ticked off pretty much every single person, because there are quite a few of us reasonable folks in Seattle who look at what's going on and say, this is untenable. It needs to change.
Let's talk about what the Chop Chaz people want. Here are their new demands. They want to remove qualified immunity. Officers tried by an independent international tribunal on counts of war crimes. Release an amnesty for all protesters. Community service requirements for officers. And they want to change name to de-escalation officers. So, Jason, it looks to me like this liberal mayor gave an inch to the mob, and now the mob wants more. What message does this send to leaders, governors, mayors throughout the rest of the country?
It tells folks, particularly in the cities that are right now dealing with this, including Portland and New York City this morning, is you can't just give in to the fringe. There's nothing wrong with peaceful protesters. There's nothing wrong with having meaningful, rational conversations with members of the community, including activists. But there are fringe folks who clearly cannot be reasoned with. Just some of the things that you just listed on the demand list, that is not within the purview of the city of Seattle. The city of Seattle can't end qualified immunity for police officers. That's something that would have to happen from the state. So a lot of times these folks are just putting a whole bunch of different things against the wall, hoping something will stick. But meanwhile, just Monday morning, early Monday morning, we had yet a second murder at CHOP, a second black teenager killed. 16-year-old kid was killed, and a 14-year-old right now is in still very serious condition in a hospital because of gunshot wounds that he suffered at CHOP. So at some point, the city has to be the adult. They have to step up, and that's all across the country. We see where this is going.
Right. In the 30 seconds we have remaining, another layer to this onion. The mayor in Seattle wants an investigation into a protest outside her house, calling for the punishment of the councilwoman who led the charge. Let's read the mayor's full screen. She says policy disagreements do not justify a council member who potentially uses their position in violation of law or who recklessly undermines the safety of others, all for political theater. This looks to me like an example of protests are all well and good unless they protest me and impact me. What say you? Yeah.
Jenny Durkan, the mayor, says that the CHOP was a block party, and you played the clip, Summer of Love. Well, when the block party and Summer of Love come outside of your home, what exactly is the issue if it was completely peaceful? It obviously shows the hypocrisy of this mayor.
Jason, this is a situation that we are going to follow, I think, for weeks and months to come. We appreciate your insight on this always. Jason Rantz, live in Seattle for us. Jillian, over to you.